Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my home and to another Life Path Masterclass. Please do write hi in the chat. I'd like to know where you're joining from tonight. We have people joining from many countries, as always, in these free monthly presentations. Please also write how you're feeling tonight. And please also write, are you a goal mapping coach? Are you someone just interested in goal mapping? Are you completely new to the whole thing? So a little bit of chat. Just please say hi so we can see who's joining. I know there's a number of goal mapping certified coaches joining this evening. So if you're certified in goal mapping, please write that also. And please write where you're joining from. If you're a goal mapping coach, please do support me and Vicky. Vicky's sat the other side of the table from me. We do our best to answer as many questions as possible, but it's quite overwhelming with the sheer number of people sometimes and the amount of questions being asked. So if you're in the position to be able to answer one or more of the questions, then please jump in. Caring and sharing go together. So if you're able to help, it'd be great to have that. I know we have a lot of new people joining, over 100 people registered for the masterclass this evening. And I'm going to dive straight into it and move through some of the early parts of the presentation. If you don't know me, my name is Brian Main. And I've been teaching goal mapping since 1995. In fact, I started my training career in late 93, developed goal mapping in 94, started teaching it in 95. And since that time, since 1995, goal mapping has reached more than 5 million people around the world. And 1 million of those are school children. The message that I've been sharing with people throughout those years has stayed consistently the same. Your thoughts help to shape your reality, both in yourself as a person, as well as, of course, in your life. And these masterclasses are all about how you can make your thoughts powerful. And by thinking about what you want, start to bring it into your life. We are all on different paths in life. It's different for all of us, but one thing we can say for sure is that life is a path. My life path has been a little unusual. I was born into a traveling, fun-fair family, and both sides of my family are actually related to circus families. On my mother's side of the family, to Smart Circus, and on my father's side of the family, to Chipperfield Circus. And here my great uncle and his wife, who were entertainers in the circus. This is my great grandmother with her traveling show. This is my great grandmother on the other side of the family. And this painting is of Pinner Street Fair in London. And most of my family still travel. In fact, my sister and her husband opened their amusements in exactly the same spot at Pinner Street Fair as my great-grandmother. You see here my brother-in-law and niece and cousins. And this was the life I was born into. In fact, this picture is of my father's fair. And this picture particularly meaningful for me because it was taken the year I was born. Growing up on the fun fairs, we moved around a lot, of course. And my father would take all of his fun fair equipment to the seaside for the tourist industry during the summer months. And so I had different homes each year. I had one home for about 4 months each year on the fun fairs, moving around from place to place. I had another home for about 4 months each year, which was our summer home, where we'd open up for the tourist industry at Ventnor on the south side of the Isle of Wight, where I still live today, in fact, at just a stone's throw from where my father's amusements used to be. I left school early, just before I was 13, different homes each year, different schools each year, not much school while we travelled. I never took any exams. and left school just before 13, unable to read and write properly. Not only because of the lifestyle with changing schools every year, but because I also have dyslexia. So I found the academic side of life particularly difficult. Left school and become an early entrepreneur. My 13th birthday present was this rocket-shaped bubble gum machine, and a box of bubble gum and the keys. And my father taught me about business, to save a percentage of the money from the bubble gum machine and to reinvest. And the next year I bought a pinball machine. My big business breakthrough at about 15, I was one of the first people in the UK to have Space Invaders. At 18, I took the family business in a new direction, and I become the youngest person ever at that time to be given a license to open up a nightclub, Zany's Disco, 1981. It was the beginning of the new romantic scene. Face paint and frilly shirts. This is me at 19, with my face paint giving the Adam Ant look and the frilly shirt. And I was a DJ for 10 years. So here's my DJ box in blue crystal, being held by the Gorilla Hand. I themed the club in a really unusual way, and it really hit the spot with the new romantic scene at that time. And people started to come from all over. We're in a lot of music magazines, a lot of good publicity. I run the club together with my younger brother, and we were super successful. Did that for 13 years. But every so often life changes, and it quite often changes unexpectedly. You don't always see the changes coming. And the change that came for me was affordable airfare. In the late 1980s, early 90s, English people started taking their main summer holiday abroad, and not here on the Isle of Wight. And my customers, 18 to 30, were some of the first to leave. Club Med. And they all started going to places like Ibiza or Faliraki. And tourism just died here on the Isle of Wight. And it was the main industry. Lots of the old family businesses in tourism here on the island simply went out of business. And my family was one of those that went out of business. And so at age 29, I found myself in a really sad situation. I was £1 million in debt. I'd gone from being worth a lot of money at age 25 to owing a lot of money by age 29. My home was repossessed, and my marriage fell apart under the pressure. I had no qualifications because of leaving school early. I had no formal work experience because I'd always worked for myself and my father. And I couldn't even read or write properly. So there was nothing to put on a CV, and I couldn't have written one anyway. Life was looking pretty dire, and I was feeling quite broken and hopeless. I was very depressed. I didn't know what I would do. And the turning point for me was that I met an amazing life coach who helped me to learn the science of positive thinking. And in particular, that if you're thinking you can do something, how that triggers chemicals within your brain and body that give you a good feeling, help you to be more motivated, but also form the brain cell connection so that you see more clearly, have more ideas, and find your way forward in life. And what I learned from him became life-changing. I learned the science of how to set goals in a really powerful way. Goal setting is a very specific science. And that means that there is a right way to set goals and there is a wrong way to set goals. If you don't set the goal in the right way, then your chances of achieving success with the goal are really limited. There are a number of specific things that are really important to do when you set goals. And most people, when they set goals, really don't set them following the goal setting principles. Perhaps they only hold the goal in their mind. If they write it down on paper, chances are they don't write it in the correct way. They don't add imagery, and all of these things mean that they don't get the alignment that is needed for goal success. And the big crime in this is that many people will set a goal, but because they don't set it in the right way, they don't achieve it. And actually that makes things even worse for the future, because the person starts to build the belief that they can't achieve the goal, when the truth is they probably could, but they didn't know how to set the goal correctly in the first place. This is a very ancient science, which sadly is not understood by so many people in modern life. Even many coaches, trainers, some of the top coaches and trainers in the world still don't understand the science of goal setting. And so tonight, what we are focused on is how to set goals in a powerful way using the goal mapping system. And tonight we're going to focus specifically on creating a goal map for authentic happiness. When you learn how to set goals in the correct way, it opens up your treasure chest. It releases your power to manifest your dreams, create your chosen reality. And when I started to make presentations on this around the UK, I met so many people that were asking me, why didn't I receive a lesson on this when I was in school? Why aren't we teaching this as standard? Why aren't we teaching the science of positive thinking and how to set goals to our young people? And just think about it for a moment. Learning how to set and achieve goals is one of the greatest of life skills, because it's the life skill that once you master it, helps you to gain other skills, other abilities, other qualifications. So I started studying what is the very best way to set goals. I thought about it endlessly. I was working with one of the top training companies in London at the time, and I had access to some of the best speakers in the world. I'd question all of those speakers about how to set goals in the best way. And then one night I had a flash of inspiration come to my mind, like a gift from the universe. And I saw a goal map in its completion. I didn't sit down and create it, saw the whole thing in a single flash. I knew it was an answer to my question. And gradually I reverse engineered what I'd seen and then started to teach it to others. And it worked like absolute magic. This is one of my very early goal maps from 1996. A main goal is about teaching the goal mapping system. And once I could see I had something that could help people, I wanted to share it with everyone. I wanted to share it in different countries and to help different types of people. And my progress with it was rapid. I started making presentations, this one of my early ones in England, but gradually in other parts of the world. Now I've spoken in more than 30 countries, sharing the stage with some of the top speakers in the world and being invited by people like Anthony Robbins and T. Harv Eker or Brendan Burchard to use the goal mapping system with their people. Some of the presentations like this one here in Belgium to thousands and thousands of people. And that work is ongoing, but also, of course, the goal mapping is available in book. It's been translated into many different languages, and the goal mapping book is now in its second edition, as is the life mapping book. There's been a lot of great publicity over the years, magazine articles in various languages. This article from CNN about using goal mapping to advance your career. Also been on TV in many different countries and a lot of different awards with goal mapping. My driving motivation throughout all of the years has been to help as many people as I can, in the way that I was helped years ago by meeting a great coach who showed me how I could use the science of positive thinking to overcome my learning challenges and how to set goals in a powerful way so that I could change my life. It happened quickly. but some things took time. It took me nearly 10 years to pay back the £1 million debt that I owed so that my parents could keep their home. It took me about a year to teach myself to read and write. And within 2 years, my performance at work had gone from the lowest in the team to the highest. But I noticed the difference almost immediately after the first workshop and discovering the powerful way of setting goals. My big drive is to help lift 7 million lives. And there have been a lot of good products that I've created. There's been a lot of good publicity, but actually the thing that's been most important is the many people who've chosen to become certified goal mapping coaches and trainers. And there are now 1,573 coaches, therapists, trainers, business consultants, community leaders, people of all type that want to help others with goal mapping, that have taken the certification program and are operating with goal mapping somewhere around the world, more than 30 countries. Some of them working in business, some within public, some within education. We have people using goal mapping for anything that you can think of. Here, Catalin Konya, 3 times world champion, and next to her picture, you can see her goal map, which she drew on paper. You can do your map on paper or digital online. Athletes really value visualization, and Catalin said that by creating a goal map, it supercharged her visualization, which is what gave her the edge and helped her to win the world championships. So when you create a goal map, the reason why it works is this combination of words and pictures. Now, in the very middle of the map, we have a main goal, and then on either side, we have more goals. And these can be from all different areas of your life, or they can all be focused on one specific subject. And like tonight, we're focusing on authentic happiness. At the top of the map are your motivating reasons why you want to achieve the goals. And then we have when. When do you want to achieve them? A goal without a date is not really a goal. It's just a wish that at some time maybe you'll get round to. And then how? What are the actions you need to take to move towards your goal? And finally, who? Whose help do you desire or require in achieving your goal? 7 simple steps to create your map in words and pictures, so it stimulates both your logical mind, left brain, and your creative mind, right brain. And through that, it helps to move you towards the goal. You get clarity about what you want to achieve, as well as commanding your subconscious mind to move you towards it. In these free masterclasses that we run every month, we take people on a journey to create their goal maps, starting with a goal map for living your best life, and then a goal map for authentic happiness. That's tonight's focus. A goal map for raising self-esteem, a goal map for increasing your vibrant well-being, goal map for financial freedom, a goal map for harmonious relationships, and a goal map for purposeful living. 1 goal map per month, so that you help to form the brain cell connections that give you clarity and command your subconscious. You work with your map for a month, and then the next month you create a new map. And each of these monthly sessions, absolutely free for anyone that wants to join. And if you know other people that might like to join next month, please do spread the word. And we also teach the life mapping technique, which again uses the same principle of words and pictures to activate your brain, but it's focused on you being your best, whereas a goal map is about doing and having your best results. 7 maps to help you live your best life, plus a life map to help you be your best self. And tonight, as I've mentioned already, the focus is on authentic happiness. And here's the goal map of my partner in life and business, Vicky. I'm just going to change the camera position a moment. And invite Vicky round to come talk us through her map. Let's see how that looks. Vicky, it's all yours. Tell us about your goal map here.
So this is my authentic happiness goal map. My main goal in the middle is I choose positive and happy thoughts consciously. So I make the choice daily to have positive thoughts. The side goals, I am more creative, flowing and productive. So when I'm in a positive mindset, I'm much more productive and creative. I'd probably say on a good day, I'm 80% more productive.
I'll vouch for that.
The other goal, we have spontaneous adventure days. I think that's really important for happiness, to be able to take some time out and go on a little adventure somewhere, even if it's for a walk in an unknown place.
Or picking blackberries like we did yesterday.
Yeah. The next one, I have 8 orientation sessions booked each month. So that's 8 new goal mapping coaches each month. And I love to challenge myself in yoga. So there's a challenging yoga position there that I'm aiming to reach soon.
And then at the top of the map, why?
My reasons why. So I am happy and self-assured. We have fun together. And we create a happy life together. And then down the side there, we have the hows. So how am I going to do it? So I eat the rainbow daily. So lots of fresh fruit and vegetables. The who I need to be is I am mindful when it comes to my diet. My next how is I yoga and cold water swim daily, weather permitting with the sea.
We did both today.
We did, yeah. And I'm passionate about that. It's really good for my mindset to get in the cold water. The last one is I use my maps every morning without fail. I have a little folder when we're away. I take my maps with us and look at them every morning. And I'm committed to doing that. And I've just put a 3-month timescale on for this map. I might change the middle image because I look at it and think I've got headaches. I might change that, but that's one of the good things about the online platform is that I can easily change the images. That's my map.
I want to talk a little bit about why goal mapping works, because I think if you understand why something works, it gives you more belief in the system. And I'll be a little bit blunt with it in cases. It works if you work it. Simple as that. I've had so many people over the years that come on the presentation and go, yeah, that's really good. Or I read your book and I really enjoyed it. And I say, have you created your goal map? They go, oh, no. Why? It's not listening to me that will make the system work for you. I hope you find it interesting listening to me. And obviously you need some information to be able to move forward. But listening to me on its own is not enough. It's the system that makes it work. When you create your map, what it does is it forms the brain cell connections that become commands to your subconscious mind. And I'll do my best to explain this. And then in around about 20 minutes or so, we're going to creating a map for real. And if you will have your goal mapping account open in a web browser tab, you can have Zoom open at the same time, and you can actually create your map while listening to me and following through. Now, we do record and we do make the recording available afterwards. And so if you want the recording and you want to finish your map in your own time, that's absolutely fine. But please do take some action to get started tonight. I'm going to be giving a guided visualization in a little while to start everybody off with creating the map. Please remember, you can write your questions here in the chat. Vicky, and there are, I can see at the moment, 1, 2, 3 coaches online, but I know we've probably got more than that, who will also comment and help where they can with any questions that are written, because it's creating the map that's the key thing here. And tonight the focus, authentic happiness. And just to be clear on a few things before we go into the detail of the map, many people ask me, well, what's authentic happiness? What's the distinction about authentic happiness? Authentic happiness is purposeful. Authentic happiness is the happiness that you choose consciously. There's another type of happiness, which is casual happiness. Casual happiness or random happiness is the type of happiness that just happens because your day happens to turn out the way that you believe it should. So if everything sort of falls into place, if you get some unexpected good news, then you're instantly happy, but you didn't really need to work at it. It's just because some good thing happened that made you happy. And the challenge with this is that life is always a roller coaster of highs and lows. We can never, any of us, be sure what is coming round the corner. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone next week, next month, next year. We can set goals and intentions for what we desire, but life is uncertain. And as we move along the path of life with all its highs and lows, sometimes things go well, we hit a high, we rise up and we shine. We feel a lot of our happiness come into our life. And other times, we fall down into a low and shadow, and we feel sad. Many people spend their life like a puppet, and life pulls their strings. You know, if the day's going the way they want it to, they're happy, but if it's not, they're sad, and they are the puppet, and life is the puppet master. Many people just end up overcast. They're a mixture of happy and sad. Gloomy is the word we use in English. Authentic happiness is about learning to shine from the inside. It's about choosing to focus on what is right in your life, choosing to live your life above the line, looking for the positive in yourself and in your life. And in that way, not only do you help yourself to feel better, but you find your flow. And as Vicky was saying, and I'll show in my own goal map in a little while, when I'm happy, I'm much more productive. I'm much more successful. I'm much more motivated. I'm better around other people. I come up with more ideas. I have more confidence to put those ideas into action. We need to choose. It's our free will, and we are born with it, but like a muscle, we need to work it if it's to grow strong. We need to choose to focus on the positive in ourselves. We need to focus on what's best about us. And we need to choose to focus on what's right in our life. And by choosing to focus on the positive, we release the neurochemicals such as serotonin that help to lift our hearts and gives us a feeling, an attitude of gratitude. In turn, those same positive chemicals that are released from positive thinking help to empower our actions, and we are more productive, more effective, more motivated. By choosing happiness, we help ourselves to feel better, gives us more power to also get our life the way we would like it to be. Because we want to obviously achieve the things that are important to us, so that we're not constantly needing to choose a positive about a negative situation we find ourselves in. And this is infinity balance, if you like, one side feeding into the other, choosing to be positive, helping us to get our life the way we want it. By having our life the way we want it, that's helping us to be happy without so much conscious effort to choose. So it becomes an iterative process, one feeding into the other. Goal mapping serves this well because it's a 7-step process of thinking through, what do you want? What's most important? When do you want it? Why do you want it? Who's going to help you, etc. But in addition, goal mapping is also a growth mindset workshop. And when you put the two together, it creates a simple system for sustainable success. Now we're going to look at some of the growth mindset content now, which will give a little more depth on what I was just saying about choosing happiness. We are each of us born blessed with billions of brain cells. The estimate is you have 100 billion brain cells. And each one of your 100 billion brain cells, or neurons, represented here by the black dot on the screen, each of your 100 billion brain cells grows these arms and branches. They're called dendrites. They're in the mauve color. And a little tail, which is in blue here, it's called an axon. And what all of the brain cell arms want to do is make a connection. When you have a thought, the thought starts in the middle of the brain cell, travels out along the arms, wants to connect with another arm, another brain cell. But there's a small gap. It separates all of the brain cells. It's called the synaptic gap. Now, there's obviously a lot of detail we could go into, but sometimes when you go into the detail, you miss the main point. And the main point is this: if you choose a positive thought, okay, we're back to the essence of the program, choosing a thought. If you choose a positive thought, and sometimes we start our day in a good way, we're feeling good, we're happy, and then something goes wrong in our day. Someone is rude to us, the technology isn't working, we got some problems, and the tendency in many people is to be reactive. And sometimes it's a deeply ingrained reaction. Something goes wrong and we lose our temper or become sad. But the truth is, within a moment or two, it's a choice. You have the free will to choose to focus on what's right, or you can stay fixated on what you believe is wrong. If you choose a positive thought about yourself, about your life, about your situation, if you use your mind, if you choose that positive thought, the positive thought starts as an impulse in the middle of the brain cell. It travels out along the axon. It stimulates a neuroreceptor to release a chemical into your brain called serotonin. Serotonin is the happy chemical. Now, if you take an antidepressant like Prozac, guess what? It triggers a release of serotonin in your brain. If you take an illegal party drug like ecstasy, it triggers the release of all the serotonin in your brain and body. But when you train your brain by learning positive thinking strategies, you naturally release the serotonin. So instead of it being triggered by a chemical like an antidepressant or a party drug, and you burn all your serotonin, and a few days later either go into depression or you need more drug to come back on the high, if you learn how to train your brain by practicing positive thinking strategies, you naturally release the serotonin. And if that positive thought is about yourself, you build your self-esteem. The other major benefit of positive thinking that is so overlooked by so many people because it's misunderstood is that serotonin is a neuroconductor. Serotonin forms cohesiveness in the brain. It joins the brain cells together. It allows your positive thought to continue on its journey, and you build up this positive pattern of thought that gives you those aha moments. It brings you new ideas. When you have one of those great moments, you go, I can do this, or here's the answer to my problem. That's two or more brain cells joining when you have that aha moment. As the brain cells join and the serotonin's released, the serotonin gives you a good feeling. So along with having the new idea, you feel good about it. You've got a little motivation, feel good. You go, yes, I can do this. Now, quite quickly after the brain cells join, you have the idea, get the motivation. Unfortunately, the brain cells also break back apart again. And this is why it's so important to learn the science of goal setting and to create your goal map so that you capture those good ideas and also you learn how to maintain the brain cell connection. Quite simply, brain cells that repeatedly fire together, well, gradually they wire together. And as the brain cells become established, if you imagine that at the end of the brain cell arms is like blue tack, and each time you remind yourself of the goal, gradually the brain cells become connected. At first, when they join, it's a very faint connection. But the more days that you remind yourself, yeah, this is my goal, this is what I choose, this is where I'm going, the connection gets stronger and stronger. At first, when you set the goal, it's just an opinion, but then it becomes a belief, and then gradually through to a knowing and a feeling of certainty. The more connections you make, the more you're able to activate both sides of your brain. The right side of your brain helping you have a good vision of your future, lots of creativity, new ideas. Equally important, you activate your left brain so that you can form a strategy, make a plan, and be effective in your actions. It's working with both sides of your brain in harmony that helps you to be brilliant. Not just your best, to be brilliant. The most brilliant people that have ever lived have brain balance. And it's a principle that holds true for all of us. Brain balance is not static balance like a set of scales. Brain balance is interactive, iterative, one side influencing the other, like the infinity sign. And the more brain balance we create, the more effective we are. Setting goals helps us also to lift our self-esteem, to be more inspired, and also to nourish ourselves, because the more positive we are in mind, the more happy we are in our hearts, and the more energized we are in our body. Doctors and scientists have understood more and more over the last 20 years how a positive mind boosts our immune system. When we're down, when we're negative, when we're depressed, we suppress our immune system. When we're positive, when we're elated, when we're happy, we boost our immune system. So it's not just about thinking positive. It's about raising self-esteem by thinking positively of ourself and life, which in turn empowers our body. The actions we take right down to a cellular level within our body chemistry. As Henry Ford famously said more than 100 years ago, if you think you can, well, you can. And perhaps unfortunately, if you think you cannot, you will not. Because when you think negatively about yourself, the same process happens, but the negative thought releases a different chemical into your brain and body called cortisol. And cortisol is the chemical that gives you the feeling of fear and sadness. It is part of our ancient fight or flight response. The more negative we become, the more fearful we feel, the more anxious we are. And cortisol is a neuroinhibitor. That means that the more negative you become in your mind or stressed you are, the more your brain closes down, and the bigger the problem looks in your mind. This ancient survival system worked incredibly well when the main danger that humans faced was a hungry wild animal that wanted to eat us for lunch. But in modern life, it really doesn't serve us, because the dangers we face in modern life are not the same as thousands of years ago. They're very different. Thousands of years ago, when the danger was a hungry bear, the cortisol would send us into fear, so we took more care. It would shut down all of our secondary systems like immune system, lymph system. It would switch off whole areas of our brain, shut down our digestion, and all the energy that was normally used by those systems would be diverted to our muscles so we could fight or flight, run away, climb a tree, escape the danger. And it worked well, but it's only designed to work in your body for a short time. The amount of time you can run really fast away from the hungry bear and climb a tree. It's by running really fast away from the bear and climbing the tree that burns off the cortisol in your body. The exercise triggers the release of serotonin and helps you to rebalance your brain and body chemistry. But in modern life, the modern dangers we face, like the cost of living crisis, not having enough money to cover our bills, and modern problems like worrying about our relationships, worrying about our health, worrying about our children, worrying whether we will have our work and an income next month. Life's modern problems are not things to run away from. And so people sit and they worry. And the big challenge in modern life is that your brain does not know the difference between a real danger and a worry. And when you sit and you worry, you release lots of cortisol, but instead of running and burning off the cortisol, you sit still and it stays in your body too long. Even if you take exercise, it's not in the moment, it's not enough to clear the stress, and it sends people into a downward spiral. And this is where doctors started to make the link some years ago between prolonged stress and serious illness. Because all the time you're in stress, you're in the fight or flight response. Your brain's saying there's danger, your body's getting ready to run, but there's nothing to run from. And so you're just sat there in tension, even if it's in the background. It means you're living with your digestion not working properly, your immune system not working properly, and your lymph system, which cleans your body, not operating properly. It's why people start to become toxic when they're stressed over a prolonged period. It's why people start to pick up colds and flus and more serious illness. Very often, the fears we have in our mind are false fears. false expectations appearing real, which send us into stress. The solution in modern life is to learn how to set goals, because when we set goals in the correct way, we form the brain cell connections, which in turn activate our whole brain, which releases the chemicals that help us to feel good, but also help us to find those answers to problems. Many people have a thin level of understanding about the science of positive thinking. I've had so many people over so many years. I've been teaching this now nearly 30 years. And so many people have said to me, oh, positive thinking is about walking through your life with your head stuck in the clouds, pretending everything's wonderful when really it's not. That isn't positive thinking. That is delusion. And it's a dangerous thing to do. If you're not clearly seeing the reality of your life, if you're closing your eyes to some problem in your life, some big hole in your life, then the danger is you're going to fall in the hole. Positive thinking is about looking clearly at the challenges you face and then choosing to hold a positive thought about them so that you're able to find the solution. Goal mapping helps this to happen in a particularly powerful way because of how it uses words and pictures to help activate the whole brain. The words are for the left side of the brain and the conscious mind, and the pictures are for the right side of the brain and the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. Your subconscious mind is the equivalent of you having a magical genie. It can do the most amazing things. It can help your wishes come true. But the one thing that your subconscious mind cannot do is wish for you. You must command the genie. And with your conscious mind, you are master of the magic lamp. By thinking about what you want, it's like rubbing the magic lamp and commands your subconscious genie, your autopilot, to move you towards the goal. Your subconscious always wants a target. By thinking about what you want, it commands your subconscious to move you towards it. The big challenge in modern life is that so many people are thinking about what they don't want. They're thinking about missing the target rather than hitting the target. This is why all professional coaches and sports people and trainers will have someone that helps them to stay focused on the positive, a mind coach, to stay focused on what they want rather than what they don't want. Many people become distracted by the concerns in their life. Whatever you think about most, your subconscious moves you towards because it's not able to make choices. It follows the dominant thought in your mind. If you're thinking about not being able to pay your bills all the time, your subconscious thinks that's the goal and gives you more of it. If you're thinking about being sad all the time and reasons to be sad, your subconscious gives you more of that. It's really important that you send a powerful command to your subconscious genie about what you want. And this is why a goal map works. When you create a goal map, you are capturing your positive thoughts about your desires for your future. And if you will look at your map on a regular basis, it strengthens the brain cell connection and commands the subconscious fully. That's why I've got my maps here in my folder, print them out, I create them online, I have them for different aspects of my life, like life purpose, work map, but also relationship map, a map about building a dream home that me and Vicky desire. By creating your goal map, it's commanding your subconscious to move you towards what you want. Because many people, especially in challenging lifetimes, a lot of people going through very challenging times at the moment, individually as well as collectively, by thinking about what you want, it moves you towards it. But if you fall into the trap of thinking about what you don't want, well, then your subconscious moves you towards that because it simply gets confused. Many years ago, in one of my seminars, there was a gentleman who put up his hand and he said, I'm a motorcycle riding instructor. And the big danger for motorcyclists, Brian, is all of the many potholes that we have in the roads. And if you hit one of the potholes in your car, it can do a lot of damage. But if you hit a big pothole on a motorbike or a pedal bike, then it can be the end of your life. And there are many people that have died in recent years on bikes because they've hit a big pothole, it's thrown them off the bike, and they've been killed in the traffic accident. He said, we're retraining all the cyclists, motorcyclists, pedal cyclists. And what we're training the cyclists is this: be aware of the hole in the road. But whatever you do, don't stare at the hole. Because if you stare at the hole, you will go to the hole. We automatically move towards what we focus on. Because whatever you focus on becomes a command to your subconscious mind to move you towards it. And remember, your subconscious is your autopilot. It's your magical genie. Your thoughts are the command. This is why top athletes have a mind coach to help them stay focused on what they want. Because if they start thinking about what they don't want, their game spirals down. Racing car drivers are taught that when they're in a spin, stare up the track. Because if you're looking up the track, your arms, the wheel, the car will follow suit. My oldest daughter is a ski instructor, and in skiing, they teach you if you stare at the tree, you will ski to the tree. Stay focused on what you want. Stay focused on where you want to go. Be aware of the holes. We're each of us on a path in life. We need to be aware of the dangers, the holes. But don't stare at the hole. Stay focused on where you want to go, what you want to do, who you choose to be. How do you maintain that difficult balance of being aware of the negative, but stay focused on the positive? Do it every day and do it in a simple way. Well, create your goal map and then, like me, print it out. Put your signature to it. Look at it once a day, just for a few moments. As you look at the pictures, say the words. That makes the brain cell connection strong. That commands your subconscious. That keeps you moving towards your desires. Using the goal map in words and pictures is what gives the power. Traditional goal mapping, SMART goals, as they're sometimes called, they're not that smart, actually. They're missing a load of things, are a bit dumb. But SMART goals is just about writing words. Vision boards, dream boards have become popular in the last 20 years, but so often they're just about using pictures. If you're only writing words, you're only using half of your brain, the left brain. If you're only using pictures in a vision board, you're only using the other half of your brain, the right brain. Modern life and success in modern life is a whole brain game. We want to be good with our right brain so we can visualize the future. We want to be good with our left brain so we can make the plan of how we achieve it. Only by working with the two together are we really effective. And this isn't some new thing that I've dreamed up. And when I first started teaching goal mapping, I thought I discovered something new. but gradually over the years, I've realized this principle is old. Seems to be overlooked by most modern trainers and coaches and teachers. As I mentioned earlier, even some of the top coaches in the world don't seem to understand this. Go away and do your own research, my friends. You don't need to take my word for it. Look back into some of the oldest systems for intention setting around the world, like Hinduism. They use a combination of mantra, which uses words and affirmation, balanced with yantra, pictures and visualization. So mantras, the words, chant, left brain. Yantra is a picture. The priest, the Brahmin, would chant the words, I am happy, I am peace, I am love, while they're drawing the picture. It's goal setting. I am happy, chant the words, draw the picture. Buddhists do the same thing. Buddhists will use colored rice, colored sand, they create a mandala while they're chanting the words. I'm happy, I'm peace, I'm love. You'll find it in all of the most ancient systems, and it's thought to be 10,000 years old. Why have people been doing it for 10,000 years in those religions? It works. Here we have the modern equivalent, and it works. The combination of affirmation and visualization to achieve whole brain activation. By achieving whole brain activation, right brain, left brain, we help ourselves be at our best. And it's natural. This is why children's books have got words and pictures. A is for apple, right brain, left brain. It's not something I've dreamed up. I don't know why more people haven't realized it. I was driving a little while ago and it just struck me, sat nav, whole brain layout. On one side of your sat nav, you've got all the left brain detail coming up. How far, how long, how many minutes, when the next turn is, 3.6 mile. On the other side, you've got the picture. So you can follow the pattern and the path, right brain, left brain. Why are sat navs done this way? It's the most effective way. If you've only got the pictures, it's not so effective. If you've only got the words, it's not so effective. You need both. And so, time to create a goal map. Now, you can create your map on paper, or you can create your map online, digital. I really recommend you do it online. I'm going to switch cameras and bring up the live website. Call it website, but properly speaking, it's an app, a web app. And I'm in live view here, just going to look. And if you're new to goal mapping, please do follow through tonight, but understand something I believe is really important. One goal map is not enough. And I believe the way that you will achieve the most power is, first and foremost, you want a goal map that captures the big picture of what your best life looks like. And I'm just going to see if I can scroll down. So this is my best life goal map here with Vicky. And here's all the hows and goals and who at the top. But I have several maps. And if I just go to my map list, you can see I've got quite a list of maps here. And here are my authentic happiness map. For some reason, I've got a who that's dropped out, a Y at the top there is missing at the moment. But if I scroll down, you can see main goals, side goals, again, actions, etc. Now, if you want to download the paper templates, you can go to the resource tab here. And in the resource center, scroll down a little, and you'll see you can download paper templates, or you can do your map online with a quick link. Here's the paper templates that you can download and print out. But when you're drawing the map, it's not as powerful as using the live software. And the reason is very simple. When you are using the software, not only can you make ongoing changes to your map, because quite often as you create your map, you will get to the end and you will see some things you want to change at the beginning. And the reason why that happens is you're activating your whole brain in the process of creating the map. So as you go through creating the map, you start to notice things that you didn't notice at the start. And digital goal mapping allows you to go back in and make any changes you want to. The other important feature is that you can use personal photos. And personal photos are more powerful for most people than drawing. Because when you're using a personal photo, the image is deeply ingrained into your neurology. So if you're using a picture, for instance, of your children or loved ones, and you've got that in your map, when you look at your goal map, you are instantly triggering that brain cell activity. Here in my relationship map with Vicky, you can see I've got a picture of me and Vicky right in the center when we're in Athens last year working. And the moment I see this picture, it gives me that memory of that time with those feelings, and it triggers more brain cell activity than any drawing I could have managed and achieved just on its own. The more often you're using the picture, the more powerfully the brain cell connections form. And if you're using the picture regularly, then it's forming a deeply ingrained brain cell connection, which commands your subconscious very strongly. So if you're new to goal mapping, then please do try the online. I'm going to go to the home page and just show everyone. So if you click on My Goal Maps, and then you click on Create Goal Map, and you'll see there's different maps come up because there are 4 mapping systems in total. We have 3 of them here to choose from. We're going to create a goal map. Now, the very first thing I would suggest to you is to give your map a name. So I'm going to say this is my happiness goal map. The system auto saves, so you don't have to worry about searching for the save button. Give your map a title and then click into the dream field so you're ready to write some goals. And then as soon as you're set, if it's safe for you to do so, then please just sit back for a moment, take a deep breath and relax. And we're going to go through a guided visualization. And all I want you to do is to relax completely, please. Sit back now. Close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Take a nice, big, deep breath in through your nose, please. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth, and as you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to say the word relax 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Once more now, please. A deep breath in through your nose And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, I am, 3 times to yourself and in your own language. And once more now, deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying within 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Relax, I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation softly flowing into the top of your head, like a beam of white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now with each easy breath that you take and each sound that you hear. The relaxation moves deeper, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders, arms and hands, all the way down to the tips of your fingers, giving yourself permission to relax those areas completely. As the relaxation moves even deeper, relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. I'd like you to imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore. Clear blue skies above you, soft rolling waves, and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you walk along this beautiful, carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to take yourself forward in time now, knowing you have the power to create your life exactly as you would choose it to be, and take a walk through an ideal day that represents you living your ideal life with your highest level of authentic happiness. Starting from when you first awake in the morning. Notice the fantastic night's sleep you've had, blissful and peaceful, feeling completely happy. Notice how you wake in the morning refreshed and looking forward to the day, feeling inspired about the future. Notice how you start your ideal, authentic happiness day. Maybe you're starting with thinking about what you're grateful for. Maybe you're writing or reciting a gratitude list. Maybe you're mindful of all of your dreams for the future. Maybe you're starting your ideal happiness day by using your goal map and reviewing your plans and wishes Now see yourself gradually moving through your day, noticing how choosing to be happy, consciously choosing to be happy, helps your day in every way. Helps you to make the right choices by having a healthy, balanced breakfast. Helps you to start your day great, whether on your own or with others, loved ones that you're sharing your home with. Notice how your journey to work goes better. Maybe you're choosing to walk to work or cycle instead of taking the car. See yourself moving through your work day with a high level of happiness, and notice how it makes you more productive, more creative, more motivated, and more inspiring for others around you. See how you being happy rubs off on other people and helps them to have a better day. See all the different ways in which happiness helps the different areas of your life, helping you to increase your well-being through the serotonin release, boosting your immune system. And notice how being happy helps you to make healthy choices with what you eat through the day and feel motivated to engage in exercise. Notice how being happy helps you to be more productive, more prosperous, and to increase your economy, create a greater financial freedom for yourself and loved ones. Notice how being happy improves all of your relationships, nearest and dearest, extended family and friends, work colleagues, and people in your local community. And notice how being more happy helps inspire you to make a difference for others. Support a cause, help a charity, make a difference in your local community. Take a moment now. Imagine yourself at the highest level of authentic happiness and see all of the ways it improves all of the important areas of your life. Connect with all of the great feelings, contentment, gratitude, satisfaction, sense of hope for the future, great feeling of confidence in yourself. And from that future place, look back to this time and see the journey you have made, the path you have traveled, the things you have done and the actions you've taken to raise yourself up to that higher level of conscious, authentic happiness. And when you're ready, come back to this time, this moment, bringing with you all good ideas, intentions, and insights that serve you, knowing it's all possible. When you feel ready to, just open your eyes, have a little stretch, bring yourself back into waking consciousness. And using the online program, or if you wish on paper, I want you to write 5 things covering the important areas of your life. 5 things that represent you living your best day of your best life in the future with authentic happiness. Please make sure there is a core goal with you choosing to be happy. So maybe it is, I am happy. Now, this is a little simplistic, and I encourage you to find the words that are most meaningful for you, but it's also important to keep the main thing the main thing. With this goal map, the main thing is you telling yourself that you are choosing happiness. Now, you can edit any of the goals. So maybe it is, instead of I am happy, maybe it is I choose happiness. When you click the Add Dream button, it will go straight in. I'll take the other one out. And then maybe, like Vicky was saying, I am more effective in my work. I am more playful with my children. I have more energy and vitality. I love my life. Now, if you notice, I've written these 5 goals in a very specific way. And this is part of the ancient secret of success. And again, it's not something that I've invented. It's something that I've observed, and many of the ancient cultures have this in common. When you're writing goals, to have the maximum command on your subconscious mind, it's absolutely vital that you write the goal as an affirmation. Most people, when they write goals, they will write something like this: lose weight. That will not command your subconscious. I weigh 80 kg is an affirmation. An affirmation is always personal, positive, and present tense. If you write a goal like, I don't want to be sad or lose weight, it's not going to work. If you're focused on what you don't want, like I don't want to be sad, you just get more sadness, because your subconscious mind doesn't understand don't. And if you want to see this in real time, in real life, observe any young child, a toddler, and tell that young child, don't touch. What do? They touch. Because in very young children, their subconscious mind is at the front, at the surface. And it doesn't understand the word don't, the concept of don't. And if you write, don't touch, or I don't want to be sad, the subconscious doesn't understand it. Gives you more sadness. I don't want more debt, more debt. I don't want to be unhappy. You must say the positive. You must say I, because you are the creator of your reality. And you must say it like it's already a reality now. This is because your subconscious doesn't understand time in the same way that your conscious mind does. Your conscious mind understands there's a past, there's a present, there's a future. But your subconscious lives in the moment of now. And so you must write the goal like it's already a reality. I have, I earn, I own, I am, whatever words most fit your goal. Notice also I've written the start of the word in capital letters. This is another really important thing. Let me change one of them to lowercase. Okay, so here, if I take away the W, I have lowercase on the M as well. Now you can see it just doesn't look the same. And again, if you study all of the ancient work, you'll never see affirmations written in lowercase. When you write with capital letters, either the whole word or the start of the word, it gives the word meaning, presence, beingness. It's the meaning of the words that makes them powerful. Now, I've written this really quickly. I'm not thinking too deeply about it because I'm also talking to you and trying to control different computers. But if I go to my goal map that I created earlier today and that I'm still finishing, and if I go into the edit of it and I scroll down, you can see a little more clearly. So I'm more creative and productive in my work. I am vibrant with light, positive energy. I am a greater strength for Vicky. And the words want to be concise. They want to have emotion and not too many. And some people try to write a whole paragraph of words and the subconscious misses the meaning. You want the Goldilocks zone of not too few. Some people write get fit. It's not enough. I am fit and healthy. I am happy and prosperous. Okay? So you want the right amount of words, not too few, not too many. Personal, positive, present tense. Passionate as well. Okay? So you want passion, emotion, because emotion motivates. And you want pronounced capital letters. Now, once you've written 5 goals, so let me put in a couple more for myself. I claim my divine bliss. And I'll have one more. I am more fun to be with. So I've got my 5 goals. Now, the great thing about goal mapping online, and you can use it for absolutely free, and it's not time bound. You can keep on using it for as long as you want. You can come back to these goals at any time and you can add more detail. So let us say that a new insight comes at any time. You can click and you can change the goal around. And sometimes changing just a single word completely changes the power of impact that the statement has on you. One thing I recommend to you is this. When you write the goal, read it out loud, because when you hear yourself saying it, so if I read one out loud, I am vibrant with light, positive energy. And when you read the words, get a sense for how strongly emotional the words feel to you when they read them. Okay, so as you're reading the words, connect with how strong it feels emotionally. If it's less than a 7, like on a 1 to 10 scale, play with the words to make it more powerful. If the words are meaningless, the goal is not going to powerfully command your subconscious. And then as soon as you've got your 5 goals, then step 2, and we're going to go here, is about prioritizing your goals. And quite simply, you want the main goal in the center. And here on a focus goal map, the main goal is about choosing happiness. So for me, this is the main goal. I claim my bliss. It's just my way of saying I choose. Regardless of whether it's a good day or a bad day, I know that I have the power to choose to be happy. And if I click on that goal, which is over to the side, and I click to the middle, it's going to move there. The more pleasing your map is to look at, the more powerfully it's going to work. And so I can move any of these goals up and down or side to side. So I'm going to move this one, more productive in work, to this side. And then I've got being with Vicky and fun to be with others on the same side, which feels right to me. Again, this is something I can move around afterwards if I feel that there's a better position. And now I'm going to go to step 3. If I scroll down, you can see I've already put some of the pictures in. Being more productive at work, more vibrant. I've got a picture of me and Vicky when we were in Vietnam last year. And now claiming my bliss. And if I click on the image library, in the image library, you've got a personal folder. And if you're new to goal mapping, it's probably going to be blank. And you can upload personal images from your mobile phone, from your tablet, from your computer. Simply click here. It's going to link with your computer, and you can upload images and put them directly into your map. I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to upload at the moment. You can also go here to the categories, and you have these different folders, and we've got a happiness folder. So I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to see if there's a file and image that works in terms of claiming my bliss. Let me just zoom out a little. I think I'm going to choose this one here. Let me just scroll back up. And then I'm going to choose another one here. So I'm more fun to be with. And I'm going to look in my personal folder on this. And I know that down the bottom here, I've got a picture of me playing with my children somewhere. Here it is when we're off skiing. And now, do you see that the picture I've chosen doesn't quite fill out the space of the box? But I can expand that afterwards, and I'll show before we finish how you do that, because the more pleasing the map is to look at, the more powerfully it commands your subconscious. Step 4 is why. What are your 3 strongest emotional reasons why you want to achieve your goal of being authentically happy? I've already got 2 reasons in. I help to live 7 million lives. That's my big lifetime goal of about 5.5 million, I think. It's taken 30 years to get there. I haven't got another 30 years left. So the online system is helping me to scale up, reach more people. I lift myself to a higher level is my middle reason. And I'm going to put one more in. I help my family. And again, I'm going to add an image. I think I'm going to put a picture in of my mother, who's 97, still living on her own. She lives just up the road from me, and me being positive helps me to have the patience to help her on a almost daily basis with her shopping and small things. And now a step 5, when. Now, Vicky chose, I think it was a 3-month timeline. I'm going to choose just 1 month, because in 1 month from now, I'm going to review my map and I'm going to update it. When you're using the online system, today's dates will come automatically. The 11th of September, yesterday's date, is when I started updating this map, because I originally created it 6 months ago, but I took out some of the stuff I didn't want, started putting in new things, and I've chosen 1 month, 11th of October, when I will review the map. And over the next month, I'll look at it on a daily basis. And then if I go to the next step, step 6, how? So what are the 3 main things that you can do that's going to help you to increase your happiness level? The first thing wants to come down the bottom of the map. So I've got, I consciously choose my focus and physiology. Physiology is body posture. And this is a really important point, because the nervous system throughout your body is hardwired into your brain stem. And when you move your body into different positions, it sends a message to your brain and releases different chemicals. When you're happy, your shoulders go back, you lift your head, you smile. It's a different physiology from when you're sad. Your shoulders come forward, your head's down, and you frown. Now, when you're happy, your body changes. If you will change your body, it sends the signal to your brain. It's a 2-way loop. You can choose happy thoughts, releases serotonin, changes your emotion and changes your body posture, or you can change your body posture and trigger the release of serotonin. And there are whole books written on this one point of using power moves and superhero posture. And it's a little bit cheesy the way some of it is explained, but the principle is absolutely genuine. Using your physiology helps you to hold a positive mindset. And when I was first learning positive thinking, I understood it very quickly, but I found it incredibly difficult to do because I was full of worries about my future and how life would turn out. Using my physiology really helped me to stay positive in my mind, while I was gradually training my brain to have more capacity to choose my thoughts. Another thing that really helps me is writing in my journal. Whenever I'm feeling down or anxious, writing my thoughts down in my journal and writing a list of what I'm grateful for is a really powerful but simple thing to do. And so I've got both using my goal maps, using my journal, and writing my gratitude list. And if you notice, we have some additional icons. So as well as having the picture and the text edit. And we also have drag and drop. So you can change the sequence of these if you wish. You can move them up and down. The key is to have what you believe is the main one at the bottom, the one that comes first, because it's nearest your start date, with the others moving up in sequence. If you want to, you can also write a to-do list. So you can write in, get a new journal. You can have a very detailed to-do list that attaches to your actions of the map, so that it's not just the goal map. You've got a detailed plan that helps you to move forwards. And now if I go to the very last step, step 7. Step 7 is who. Whose help do you desire or require in order to follow through, take the actions and achieve your goals? Sometimes the who will be you. Sometimes the main person that's going to take the action and achieve the goal is you. And when the who is you, the key is to say the way of you that you need to be to take the action in a powerful way. Some people will just write me. That's not powerful. Some people will write their name. Well, that's a little better. But the most powerful thing you can do is to write the way that you will need to be. Because by writing the way that you will need to be, you are sending that command to your subconscious to help you be that way. Such as, I am inspired, or I give the gift of time, I make time, or I am committed. And if I take the last step, you can either push on the buttons at the top or go down to the bottom. And I scroll down. Here's my completed map. You can see I've got my who, which are all me. So I'm aware is helping me to consciously choose my focus and physiology. My next how is I write my and review my gratitude list. Who do I need to be? Well, I need to be the person making time for that, to make it a priority in the mornings, especially over the next month. And then journaling, who do I need to be for that? Well, committed to follow through. And I've got my goals here that we've looked at, reasons why at the top. If I go back into the edit, so if I go to step 4, and just scroll down a little, and I can move these around if I choose to. So I could have this one in the center, or I can switch them from left to right, the same as I can move all the other aspects around. Once you have your map, key then, once you're happy with it, download it. So by clicking the download button, it downloads the map so that you can print it out. And once you've printed it out, like my relationship map here with Vicky, you can then give it your signature. By signing your map, psychologically, it's like making a promise. I also have my map as a screensaver on my mobile phone. And of course, you can view your map in different ways. So here I'm seeing the map combined with the words and the pictures together. But I can, at the click of a button, see the map in the traditional side-by-side, words and pictures, or just pictures, or just words. I can also share the map here with this URL link. Simply copy and paste it and share it with others. If I make it private, It will show up in our community area of the website. I'm going to keep it private for now. And if you're on the premium level, you can create teams where you can invite a group of people to join your team. And here you can share your map with teams or with a coach, because there may be a coach that you're working with that's helping you to achieve your goals. It's a really simple system that works incredibly well. It's been working for 30 years, and just recently I've had so many people get in touch, a lot of them corporate people from companies like IBM, Microsoft, Siemens, Disney, Coca-Cola, who have been on my program years ago. And some of them now retired and wanted to get in touch and tell me how goal mapping's helped them to build their careers over the year, or to increase their health and well-being, or create financial freedom. I've got a big box of letters and messages, big folder, with all the different comments people have sent over the years. And it's really incredible to hear what people have done, young and old, children as well as older people from different walks of life, using this very simple system. The online program is just the latest evolution of the system. We have still all of the paper templates and paper-based material, but the online seems to be working faster and more powerfully than any of the systems we've created in helping people to achieve their goals. If you choose to, you can work with a one-to-one coach, and here in the coaching center, you can have a private coaching page like this one here with Anton, where we've got a messaging system, and you're able to share your goal maps and get feedback. We have team areas, and if you're looking for a coach, simply click here, and you can scroll through and you see we've got coaches from many different countries that are able to work in different languages. There's you, Tuve. Nice to see you on screen tonight, as well as here in the coach profile. And all of our different coaches specialize in different types of coaching. And if you're looking for someone to help you maximize your goal map, and then go here, search for the coaches, or send me and Vicky a message. We'll help you find a great coach. In our events page, you can find out the different events that are coming up. We've got a deep dive, golden opportunity workshop. The Life Lifter Showcase will tell you all about the coaching program if you're interested to become a coach yourself. Again, it's a free presentation where you can meet some of the coaches. We even allow people by invitation to come on the group coaching so they can check it out, get a deeper understanding of the technique, experience the coaching process in real time, and see if it's something they might like to do for themselves. If you want to take a life balance check, then simply click here. There's a video that's going to guide you through the process, and so you know how to check your life balance. It's going to give you a readout and show you which areas of your life would most benefit from a focused goal map. And you can save that life balance check into the life journal. The life journal will record it and allow you to record insights so that you can work with your goal maps over a prolonged period of time and gain deeper insights. Here in the Life Path, you're able to watch video from the goal mapping workshop, which will help you deepen your understanding of goal mapping, because it's the combination of both the technique and the principles of success that make it particularly powerful. Now, once you have your goal map, please do live it every day in some way. Remember, download it, print it so that you can sign it, because your signature is your promise. Then see it and say it once every day. The reason why my goal maps are here in my folder is because I'm looking at them every day. It's not done for purposes here tonight. I've got my folder out in case I need to make any notes as we go through. And my maps are always in my folder to keep them in my attention. I also have them on screensavers on my phone, etc. See it just for a few moments, ideally first thing in the morning, and as you see the pictures, say the words, so that you're activating both sides of your brain. Visualization, affirmation, forms the brain cell connection to create whole brain activation, which helps us with self-actualization, turn our thoughts into realities. Share it. Share it with friends, family, colleagues. Share it with me and Vicky. We'll give you feedback. If you share your map with us, we'll take a quick look at your map. We'll write you some feedback if we see ways to improve it. And please do share the word. We are not doing social media marketing on these workshops. Me and Vicky do organic posting. We send out emails, but we really rely on people recommending goal mapping. And if you feel that tonight was good for you and you know somebody else that you think this might help, then please do spread the word, because the more people come in, the more people we can help. And with digital goal mapping, you can update your map. And this is why we have these master classes once every month. So you can update your old maps with any new ideas and then create new maps for a new area. And every time you do that, you're re-establishing those brain cell connections. Remember, brain cells that fire together wire together. Remind yourself of what you want. That's why putting your goal down on paper is so important. Having it in your head is not enough, because you also have in your head what you don't want, and the two cancel each other out. Put your goal down on paper, words and pictures, like the ancient masters did, to create that whole brain activation. Live your map for 30 days. That's the recognized period of time to establish new habit patterns and then move on to a new map. That's why we have these free masterclasses every month. Now, if you want to upgrade, it's really simple. You can click the button in the header, and the benefits of upgrading are huge. At the free level, you can only have one map. Now, you can download it, print it, wipe it out, create a new map every month if you want to. We don't stop people from doing that. But if you upgrade, you can have as many as 100 maps, and not just goal maps. You can have life maps and action maps, and you can upgrade for just $9.99. You can upgrade and you can downgrade again as soon as you want to. We made it really, really easy to downgrade. Nobody's tied in. I get so angry when some piece of software tries to tie me into renewing over and over and take money when I haven't asked for it. We've made it really simple. You can upgrade, you can downgrade. And if you upgrade to the premium level, you can access so much content, like the family area where you can teach goal mapping to your children. I think it's the greatest gift. I started teaching it to my children when they were just 5 years old. This is a goal map from my oldest daughter when she was 10, about being the best big sister she can be. My younger daughter's got goal maps for sport or music or helping the planet to be a better place, picking up trash. In the family centre, we've got a parents' workbook, student workbook. We've got an audio of my best-selling children's storybook, Sam the Magic Genie. We've got videos showing you how to teach this to your parents. And we've got my adult ebook, All of these are individually priced in the shop at $9.99, but if you upgrade at just $9.99, you can download all of them and then downgrade again if you want. And you're getting the value of actually more than £40. It's nearer to £100 for just $9.99. It really is high-end value for a very low-end price. And you can have 100 goal maps if you want, plus life map, plus action map. A life map and action map work in the same way as a goal map with words and pictures, but the focus is different. So this is a life map. The focus with a life map is to be your best. Here's my life map about being my best. You'll notice it's affirmations, but it's affirmations on ways of being: mental, emotional, physical, material, social, spiritual. You map out what it looks like when you're being your best. So you're sending that command to your subconscious. Action mapping helps you to change habit patterns. And these techniques are being used by diet organizations and therapists working with people, helping them to change habits, even deeply ingrained habits of people that are in addiction. This is the to-do list action planner. So again, if you're upgrading to the premium level, you're able to create action plans for all of your goal maps. And this is one of mine here on the screen. And here my goal map, relationship map with me and Vicky. Perhaps the greatest value, if you upgrade to the gold level, is you've got access to the gold lounge. You can actually go there now and you can see all of the great content that's there. And in the gold lounge, we've got these 7 specialized coaching rooms focused on harmonious relationships, purposeful living. Tonight's room is authentic happiness, best life, financial freedom, feeling fantastic, vibrant well-being. Click into any one of the rooms and you're going to find a deeper level of content. And in the happiness room is where we're going to put the recording from tonight. By this time tomorrow, we'll have the recording edited, uploaded, and you'll find it here in the happiness room in the gold lounge. We'll send out an email with the link for everyone so you don't miss it. And in addition to all of the content in the gold room, you also get a ticket to the Deep Dive Golden Opportunity Workshop. We run these once a month in the daytime. Again, they're recorded and placed into the gold rooms. And in each of the Deep Dive workshops, we are covering one of the 7 fundamental principles of success. And coming up in the next Deep Dive workshop on the 18th of September, we have a focus on principle number 2, develop possibility consciousness. Around about 3.5 to 4 hours of content with a break in the middle. And in the next workshop, we will be exploring how your inner filter, your paradigm, filters all the information coming in through your senses, and only a small amount is passed on to your conscious awareness. And that by understanding your beliefs and your paradigm, you're able to program your subconscious to make you aware of more opportunities to achieve your greatest dreams and success, rather than being aware of just the difficulties. Quite simply, we do not see the world as it really is. Many of us are missing the greatest opportunities. What we see is a reflection of how we are. And when we are feeling down, well, we see the worst of life. And when we're feeling up, we see lots of reasons to be positive and hopeful for the future. If you want to join the workshop, it's very interactive. Tonight is more of a keynote presentation. But in the workshop, we're on interactive mode. We have breakout rooms and exercises. And we're going to take a deep dive into exploring beliefs. And if you have limiting beliefs that hold you back, like I had so many of around my learning or ability to achieve things, I was very insecure and unsure of myself person years ago. But by understanding the science of how you change beliefs, you're able to gradually question yourself and question the belief and pull away the negative references in your mind that hold the belief in place, so that you're gradually able to collapse whatever limiting beliefs may be holding you back in life, which in turn allows your full potential to shine through and lift yourself to a higher level of success. If you would like to upgrade to the yearly level of gold membership, it's just £90. That's a saving of nearly £30 if you were to do the monthly price. But in addition, not only will you have gold membership for a whole year, and of course access to all of the Golden Opportunity workshops every month and all of the recordings, but you will also get bundled in as an added value a one-to-one coaching session with one of our premium coaches. And working with a coach like Miriam here, for instance, will just take your goal mapping to the next level, because some goals really require an expert for you to bounce ideas off of, or to work through issues that are holding you back in some way. Normally the coaching sessions are £150, but it's yours as an added value if you are upgrading to the yearly gold at £90. So for £90, you're getting gold membership and a one-to-one coaching session, which me and Vicky will help you arrange with one of our premium coaches, which you can have at a time of your choice. Typical coaching session is going to be around about 1 hour 15 to 1 hour 30. And the coach will help you create your goal map, as well as working through other issues so that you are your most powerful. If you're interested in becoming a coach yourself, then please do contact us or come to the next Life Lifter Showcase, which is on Monday, 25th of September, 7 p.m. UK time. And we will be shining a light on some of the great coaches from around the world who are doing amazing things with goal mapping, helping people young and old and from all different areas to be their best and do their best and achieve their best. Our youngest coach is just 14. Our oldest coach is in their 80s, and they're from many different countries and many different walks of life. And if you're interested in becoming a goal mapping coach, whether you're already a coach and you want a new tool in your toolbox, or whether you're interested in a life change and maybe you want to end your corporate career and become a coach, then goal mapping can really serve you, because you've got access to all of the materials, the online platform, plus ongoing support with me and Vicky and the coach training team. Go to the events page, click on Life Lifter Showcase, and simply register for the event. Absolutely free. It's an international license, full resource center. You learn to coach online as well as on paper, so that you can do the physical coaching if you wish to. Simple 7-week learning journey. All marketing materials are included, as well as affiliate links and materials. A full money back guarantee if you're not completely happy. lifetime membership, nothing to pay afterwards. No yearly renewal fees. You have use of the platform for life, including the resource center, training center, and you can join as many of the group coaching workshops as you wish to. We look to keep everybody together like a family within the community. And if you want to talk through in more detail, then me and Vicky are always happy to have a call, because we really want more great quality people who are passionate about making a difference in life to join the community. And for anyone that wants to ask any questions tonight, please do stay online. Me and Vicky will hang around for a little while, just see if there are anyone that wants to ask any questions here and now. And for everyone else, if you have no questions, then I sincerely thank you for joining this evening. It's been really great to see you here. I hope that it's served you and that you continue with your goal mapping. Please do recommend it to others if you've enjoyed it tonight. Remember, we have another session next month. But if you're looking to upgrade, maybe I'll see you sooner in the Golden Opportunity Workshop. It'd be fantastic to take that deep dive, go through the content with you. And remember, you can upgrade for just $9.99, get a ticket to the workshop, downgrade again if you want to. And if anyone has any questions about any of the things I've been showing tonight, and in particular about coach training, then please do just unmute your microphone and ask now. Very happy to answer any questions anyone may have. Thank you, Matilda. Lovely to see you again tonight. Just looking through some of the messages people are writing. Matilda, one of the newest certified coaches. Okay. If there are no questions, then I thank you all once again for joining. Been a pleasure to be with you all. Hope to see some of you again soon. Take care, my friends. Please do create your map. Feel free to share it with me and Vicky. We'll give you free feedback on how you can improve it. Wish you lots of love. Take care. Stay happy. Use your map. Bye-bye for now. See you later, Emily, Simon.